Have you ever wondered, how can I be more confident in myself? I know that's a question I've asked myself many times, and it's also a very common question. You might be surprised to hear a little bit about the people that I know that are seeking confidence. And in this video, I'm confident that by the end, you will have more confidence. So a lot of times when people are seeking to be more confident in themselves, they feel like something's wrong with them. It might surprise you to know everybody feels that way. And in fact, I have a dear friend who is a confidence coach, and who she coaches are people that are Olympians, who are professional athletes, who are, household names. They also are looking for better ways to bolster their confidence. And I always thought, wow, look at you. You're so successful. You can go rise to the level of Olympian, and yet you still have something that you haven't worked out yet in your confidence. And so my friend and I often talk about that. Anybody from a friend to someone who is very seemingly very successful in the world, how we all have that in common, that there's this confidence that we're trying to build in life. And what I want to talk about is where that comes from. So confidence, although we feel that it has something to do with how the world sees us and how we're showing up in the world, it's really an inside job. If you want to raise your confidence, you're going to have to take a look at yourself. So how do you do that? Well, ask the question, am I connected to myself? Am I connected to my thoughts? Am I connected to my emotions? Am I connected to my body? Am I connected to spirit? Am I connected to my humanness and divinity? I believe that that's a recipe to a very exciting, fulfilling, satisfying, life worth living sort of life. Once you find where you are connected to yourself, then you can see where the most amount of energy is. The energy is going to direct you in the right places to where your personal power lies. And that is really where you should focus all of your attention, because anything else doesn't really matter. So when you're focused on what you really love to do, who you really love being, who you really love being around, and what you really love doing, confidence just naturally appears because you're just being you. And there's no external validation needed when you are in the flow of your own energy. You often hear me talk in these videos about the different centers of energy flow. There's 7 that I've identified. And the one I'm talking about right now is, once confidence is in, then you have a personal power in the world. And it comes from within. It's not something from the outside. People respond to that internal power, and from there, things happen and shift and can manifest. But until you have that solidity inside, and that confidence is coming from who you know yourself to be, everything else is just busy. I would love to share one of my favorite quotes with you. This is what I read all the time when I'm feeling like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Am I crazy? If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you are on the right course. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just approaching enlightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life and we shed attachment to mass opinion and float in a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us to the point that we question our state of mind. Stay with that. It will pass. You will eventually see that you are becoming sane in an insane world. Are we wrapping it up inside of an insane world? Are we going to add to that insanity by chasing other people's opinions, other people's validation? Or are we going to become centered and listen to what it is that makes us feel really confident in doing? The stuff that we know how to do, the person we know how to be. That's where you will find your confidence. At the beginning of this video, I told you that I was confident that you were going to become more confident. I hope we're getting there. It really is just as simple as that. That's what confidence is. Let me share some times with you that I've noticed, either in myself and definitely in lots of my clients, where confidence was achieved. It's a little funny because when I became a mom, I really thought I was going crazy. So that quote that I read to you was me. And I found other people to talk about it with. And what we found is that we were all experiencing similar things. And so it raised our confidence level being mom and being a human, really leaning into that humanness. Remember, I said that a great life is one where you live at the intersection of your humanness and your divinity. So leaning into what you're not good at and laughing about it and being okay with it, sometimes it's temporary, like the first year of having a baby. Sometimes it's a complete career change, like I've done myself, actually. I want to leave you with one last thought. In the beginning, I talked about how it's an inside job. It's an inside job to find what makes you feel confident. But I also want to remind you that it's about taking things out of that space as well. So internally, the negative self-talk, the self-criticism, strip all of that away. Uncover all of that. That's the process of becoming more confident. Focus on what matters to you. Focus your thoughts about yourself around what you love doing, what lights you up, what makes you happy, and what serves the people around you. If you're the kind of person with a fire in your belly and you know that there's a better way to do things, then you're gonna love this. I have a fun and free diagnostic tool for you to use to see if you're calibrated to your highest flow of energy. If you've watched any of my other videos on this channel, you'll know that I talk a lot about energy centers for people and organizations and how they're either harnessing their flow or experiencing leaks. It's an easy tool that you'll get a lot of benefit from, and you can use it over and over again. Head to the link below to download it and get calibrating. It's been so fun being on Michelle's channel. She is the epitome of a great coach and mentor, so this has been a privilege. I hope to see you in my next video.